QLED and the WQLED, that's just referring to like the resolution on it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
Didn't know that.
yeah, the OLED is individual like little organic LED things. Like they all have their own unique signal and shit like that, and they all change. And so like the response or the frame change or response change of OLEDs are completely different from LCDs. And yeah, that's a whole.
We're starting with the Devon Tech tips right
Oh.
at the beginning. Guys. All right. So we're about to start the episode in 3, 2, 1. Yo, 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 and hello, and welcome to Game Speak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast, Facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast, and on YouTube. If you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else, be sure to go ahead and join our ever-growing community in the GameSpeak Podcast Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games, battle and catch Pokemon, get show updates, talk about anime, find friends to play games with, and so much more. This show is 3 BFFs, bringing you the hottest video game news of the week. I'm one of your hosts, Jamal Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Bass and Devin Mayer. Woo! Brr, brr, brr.
Yeah.
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 Yeah! Yeah!
I blinked. I didn't know. I was like, oh, come on, like rap sounds, background rap sounds. Like, and it's just like,
Honestly,
Nothing.
if I ever have a rap sound, you have to be in the background going, yeah!
yeah.
That would be the best ad lib, dude.
Yeah! What is that? No, I can't even remember what it is now. I swear there's like some country song that's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
have no idea.
Fuck,
I don't
what?
know if I want to know.
I know there's like a T-Pain song.
No, not that T-Pain song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I don't think T-Pain had anything to do with that song.
It wasn't
actually.
T-Pain.
No,
it wasn't.
that was
it Akon?
Lil Jon, right?
Yeah, it was Lil
Lil
Jon,
Jon.
Ludacris, and there's a part where
Why did I think it
Ludacris
was
says
T-Pain?
who everybody is in the song.
Is it Busta Rhymes?
It says Lil
Akon,
Jon
maybe?
got the beat to make your booty go smack.
Yeah.
Ludacris, Usher. It's Usher.
It's Usher.
Usher,
That-
yep.
There we go. I'm glad we got that figured out. Like Brent was like
Jesus.
replaying it in his mind.
Had to
like,
break it all down. You know,
Yeah.
I knew Luda had told us
It's
all
been
this.
so long
Brain
since I've heard
blast.
that song.
But yeah, so what's everybody been up to?
I am just continuously printing shit still.
I'm so
Nice.
happy for you.
Like-
How's that printing going? Have you got anything cool that you've printed?
Yeah, well, I printed. I was showing y'all before the show. I've got some blasters going. I'm
Right.
gonna go for some like revolver style blasters. They're
That's
called
gonna
like
be
the
badass.
DE10s or something.
What are they from?
I don't know. I didn't see them in the Mandalorian show. They might be from like the Clone Wars or something. I don't know. I gotta look it up, but they're cool. Like I picked them because they look like revolvers, but they're just Star Wars
Like
blasters.
space revolvers?
Yeah, they're like space revolvers. So I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
what better weapons to have dual wielding for a Mando? Like,
Yes.
Is
but
it possible that we could make them functional?
we'll have to talk about that off the air.
I'm just kidding.
But no, and then
But I mean, for real though, like
Could we make
sorry,
them functional?
I'm just curious now. Like, okay, like let's just say you printed a whole ass gun. Okay,
Yeah.
like
You
it,
can-
it
so-
would blow up if you tried to shoot it. Right?
Yeah, it would just
the,
melt the end, like
Well,
or
the
the
plastic
barrel.
wouldn't be able to.
so there's
You probably get
God.
about 2 shots.
FBI is going to join the chat.
No, because I
Um,
mean we're not gonna do that. We
No,
No,
don't-
yeah, we're
this is
never.
all
I would never
hypothetical.
print.
But I've seen people on YouTube.
You can
do
make
it.
one off. So they
I mean,
using
all the video games are like. I mean, like literally the whole Callisto Protocol. You're like 3D printing weapons. Like that's like the thing in games nowadays. So it's like.
so I mean, there are actual metal 3D printers now. Like
No,
that
but
is
check it.
But you can make if you were to actually using the right material on like a regular 3D printer, like that anybody could get, you could get 1 or maybe 2 uses out, like 2 shots out of it.
No, only if you're making the full gun out of the parts. But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could
But
you
you
could
can make
3D print the
receiver.
body,
Yeah.
and like the stock,
And just put a barrel.
and just
into
put a
it.
barrel on
Yeah,
it,
no,
and
this
it would
is
be
if you-
fun.
This is if you were to print the entire thing, like
Well, you
Yeah.
couldn't print a functional firing pin, could you?
Yeah.
Like,
well, no, not no.
I've
'cause
seen
it-
people do it. How do they do it then?
They probably have
put
to
a
add
real
no
firing
because
pin
the pressure
I mean-
the pressure involved with puncturing that
in. I'm just
the,
saying, like,
the
I
firing
mean,
cap.
Okay, the video games make it look so cool because they like just push a button.
the
and
whole
and it just pops out, and it's like, here's your gun.
That
you
game
know?
is also based in space prisons, so I don't,
Yeah, look, I'm just saying,
Well, no,
I just
but
want to
there-
know how close we are to that technology.
there are
being-
we got to
Well-
build a space prison first before. I think that's closer to.
So since I've gotten into all this 3D printing and stuff, I've actually looked into jobs related to. It's called in the work field. It's called additive manufacturing. And so I've looked into jobs. I want to get a career in additive manufacturing.
Isn't it
now.
like AutoCAD basically?
Well, I mean, AutoCAD's involved with making the 3D files and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, like they have there's entire like machines that can print in various different alloys.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it like
So
I don't know the process that it uses to melt the metal, but no, it
The
basically
one
take
machine
the
can print in various different alloys.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's different
There-
types of machines do different alloys. Probably not all one machine. That
well,
would be crazy.
It would just be a
'Cause if it
different
was one
extruder because
machine,
like different metals
Could you
require
load it with
different.
like 5 different things at once and then have it layer them on top of each other? Like,
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into the technology too much, but I know probably not because you need different metals require different melting points, and that's the
'cause
biggest
that's
thing
when we
on
really
the
hit the
extruder.
future is when it's putting different types of
All
material
in one machine.
and different components all together.
I'm
Like,
sure.
At that point, you're just making like whatever you want.
Well,
you know
dude,
what I mean?
Lockheed. So when I was looking into the careers online, Lockheed Martin, a bunch of oil and gas now, they're all using additive manufacturing to make very complex parts that they can't just mill out on a CNC machine. And so yeah, they can do, I mean, aluminum up to like titanium, I'm pretty sure. I think it uses like some type of some kind of plasma technology to melt the
To
metal.
melt it really fast. and
Yes, it
then-
has to melt it really fast. Like right there at the tip, like the extruder has to like melt the metal really fast
it's
so it can
basically
lay
like
it out.
Like fancy soldering, but with like fucking just titanium and shit. Like,
I mean, it's basically just like the printers I have in my house, except they can melt metal and lay it down just like the plastic is on my
that's
printers.
nuts.
Yeah, these printers cost like
Bet that
the metal
smells
the metal
crazy.
ones cost like hundreds of thousands of dollars because the technology is still pretty new, but apparently it's really really good and can print stuff like the structural integrity of this stuff is solid, like
I mean,
really really
dude,
solid.
Think about if you had that though. Like, you could print ninja swords and fucking like
Yeah.
statues. Like, you
Well,
could print
there-
sweet ass statues.
There's a
dude.
company that you can actually go and you can send them an STL file of something that you want printed. It costs like $900 for a piece like this big, but they have metal printers and they will take requests and you have to pay and they'll print stuff out in metal for you.
I guess that could be cool though. Like, if you had like a company that produced a specific thing and you needed like a specific part,
Yeah.
for your
Like if
specific
you were-
machine,
Like
you know what I
Lockheed
mean?
Martin, like, and you need some kind of specific, piece for an airplane or a
Yeah,
missile. Like they make all
exactly,
kinds of
yeah.
shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pretty
No, it's
cool.
additive manufacturing is becoming a really big thing, and as it gets cheaper, I'm sure it'll blow up even more. Because like I said, the printers that do this stuff are insanely expensive right now, and so only like really oil and gas and other really big companies are using it. But if I could get a career in that stuff, like especially with like Lockheed Martin, shit.
You could
Yeah,
definitely.
could you see what they asked? Because I'm sure it has something to do with what you're talking about. I just can't find out where this comment was posted. Is
we
it?
got to turn the text size up.
I
on your
know
thing,
we
bro.
got to do something about it. I'm
No,
gonna.
it's-
Is it some?
I don't know what it's pertaining to. No, it's my neighbor, my buddy Austin. He said, "Sounds like meth." What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, we're cooking, man. No, but no, I think that would be cool if you got into
Yeah.
something like
I
that.
looked up some job listings. There was one specifically from Lockheed Martin in over north. What's not Plano? That's Dallas. What's like northwest Houston? Very northwest Houston, where like that other Aggie, the small Aggie school is.
I do not know geography at all.
Okay.
Tom,
Anyway.
is it Tomball?
No, it's not. It's further northwest than Tomball. But anyway, there's apparently Lockheed Martin there, and they're hiring for an additive manufacturer like manager, and the first requirement was my degree. So
That'd be tight if you worked for
Your boy
Lockheed
might-
Martin and
yeah,
then
your boy
like
might
you
go
worked
apply
your
to
way up
Lockheed.
into the Tom DeLonge level Lockheed Martin like
working on like special
UFOs.
Yeah, I
dude.
was about
And
to
guess
say,
what? You just ruined your job because I'm telling you right now, he's gonna tell us what he sees. Okay.
No, no, I'm not.
I'm just kidding. He's gonna inform us of the aliens. All right, you can't hide this forever, government. But
yeah, that's been my whole week. I've literally just been printing stuff. I mean, yeah, and then playing a little bit. So
nice.
What about you boys? I heard y'all had a little powwow this week.
Yeah.
We powwowed.
Yeah,
you
without
can
me,
talk
whatever.
about the initial reason of the powwow.
Well, I got my graphics card. I upgraded
Woo!
to the old 4070.
The old
The
40.
old-
the old 4070.
The new old 47.
So I got all my shit together and brought it up here. Thinking we'd have to change the power supply unit and all that good stuff. And literally just
Plug and play.
Swapped it out.
ripped it out and
Yeah.
fucking popped the new one in. Fucking Jamel did all that. Thank you, Jamel.
That's what I was telling you, though. I was like, it probably was just a hot swap. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
I thought it would.
He did have a low power supply though. I was surprised that it was enough.
Enough.
What is it? It's 500, right?
550, but
Yeah.
like
I was very
I looked
surprised.
it up online, right? Before I came here, and the reason I thought it might work is because the 2060 6 GB draws like 190 watts of power, right? And the fucking 4070 draws like 185 watts of power or
Yeah,
something.
but
So
yeah.
I was like, okay, it should be like an equal exchange. You know
Yeah.
or
what I
even
mean?
better
Like,
because it's less. It's a
yeah.
less load.
well, I mean, they both are rated for 200 watts, so I was like, okay, but like in practice, the 2060
It worked
might
out.
Actually. Anyways, whatever the case may be, is weird. But like we plugged it in and it worked great. But like right at first, the fan was kind of loud on it. Like for the first like I don't know a few hours, it was just. But then it kind of leveled off, and like now it's just fucking zooming, bro.
And
like,
for a little bit there, it was kind of like the games would take forever to load up, like boot up and stuff.
yeah, I think it was
Maybe it
just
just
kind of assimilating itself
kind
or
of
something.
Breaking out of the mold and like getting
I
like
don't know what
kind
happened.
of worn in a little
It
bit.
had a crazy smell too, like like that fucking new computer smell. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, my whole room was smelling like that for a little bit.
It's a good smell.
I'm pretty sure that's like circuit
I
board shit.
fucking love it. It's one of my favorites, but it is blasting through fucking games right now, bro. I have tried so much. I guess we can. Well, I mean,
Oh yeah.
I'll talk about all the games I've played with it and currently playing because I've just been like basically benchmarking all the games I have downloaded.
yeah, you go through
like
everything.
anything that
just
looks like it might have a
pump
little.
it up to the max
Yeah,
settings.
I'm like, let's pump this bitch up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been
Oh, yeah.
going ththrough on.
Crisis. You're just like if it can
Oh,
play Crisis.
I'm about to do
though.
that when I get home. Actually,
It can absolutely
Yeah.
play
No, I know it
Crisis.
can.
2060 could have
They
handled.
got the new Crisis, bro. The Crisis remastered with the overdrive.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's definitely gonna be able to handle it.
No,
but
You need to run the Cyberpunk test on it.
Oh,
We
we
did.
did.
Oh, you did? Oh,
We
okay.
did.
Well,
We did it on Jamel's 4K TV though, and it's like the 4K TV, like it was working fine. You know, like it was working fine. I was getting like high 40s ish or something with it. You know what I mean? But when I got it on my 1440p monitor at
I
home,
bet that shit looked nice.
it was so good. I had it fucking sitting right at like 60 because I had it capped at 60, and fucking it was just fucking ray traced, overdrived, fucking every. Dude, the ray tracing functionality is so good on that
It's
card.
insane, dude.
Like I was playing fucking the Portal game like locked at 60 with everything maxed out. I was playing.
Yeah, that shit looks weird though. I swear it's not just the ray tracing. I feel like with Portal, they basically just like changed like the textures or something. Like
they definitely
like it's
enhanced
totally
some
the
of
ray
textures.
tracing. I'm like, no, dude, this looks like a different game.
Well,
like
it's just like the fucking. Okay, so they've done a couple. They did the Quake with ray tracing.
Did
Oh,
he have a
sorry,
question?
guys.
yeah. He just asked if it was a 40. Yeah, it was a
4070, yeah.
4070 upgrade.
4070, yeah. Dude, I was playing the Quake game with all the ray tracing shit turned all the way up, and it was hitting like nearly 100 frames per second. Fucking, it was crazy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like I swear, dude, the crazy thing about like the Portal situation, it's like it makes it look like you're in a real place. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like everything, it looks like if you took like Legos. Like, I don't know. It's just
What?
weird. Like I don't know how to explain it. You know what I'm talking
No, I
about? It
know
has a
exactly.
very Lego. It's like it's almost so weird looking that you can't explain it. It's like a dream or something. Like looking
The
at it.
Uncanny Valley.
Yes,
it's
very
really
uncanny
weird,
valley.
Yeah.
Like I was telling them, it feels like you're in Cato's at the West Hill Mall. Like, I don't know. Have you ever been to a Cato's? That shit's scary.
No, what? What is it?
It's like a old white lady store. You know, it's just like that's what it looks
No, I
like.
have not
Like
been
the
to-
same textures on the walls and shit. And I'm like, I feel like I'm there. I'm having like flashbacks and nightmares as a kid from my mom taking me in there. Like, but anyways, it was cool. Very cool to see the 4070
Oh,
in
yeah.
action.
Yeah, I can talk about the games I played on it, but we can.
Yeah, we'll
we
get
can
to that
go-
in a
Yeah,
minute.
we'll get to that in a second.
We did go see Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah, we went and saw the old Evil Dead Rise. I liked it.
It was good.
I liked it a lot. It wasn't the best movie I've ever seen, but it also wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen.
It was
you know?
pretty fucked. Like, I came home. Brittany wasn't back yet. She went to go see Beau is Afraid or whatever
Oh, yeah.
with her friends.
What'd she think about that?
She said it was
Yeah.
awful.
Oh,
Aw.
okay.
She said it was like a waste of 3 hours, which I believe because I feel like anytime he's trying not to do Hereditary, it's just not good.
Yeah, honestly, I think Hereditary might have just been a fucking one-off.
he
perfect
hit
movie.
his magnum opus with his first film, and so he
Yeah.
basically he's like whatchamacallit, the Wachowskis. Like,
Oh, yeah, the
they
Matrix.
come in, they do the perfect film, and then they just can't do shit anymore.
Yeah.
It's like they used all of their luck and their
Dude,
artistry
yeah.
in that one
V
film.
for Vendetta is so they're Midsummer, you know? What I
Yeah,
mean? And
it's
then
just
everything else is
ass.
just trash.
It's all trash. No, but I feel like Evil Dead Rise was good though. Like, and I like
It was a
scared me.
very fun movie. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I don't get scared easily. Like, Hereditary is probably the only other movie that scares me. And then this one, it just had,
It had some creepy moments.
yeah,
man.
it wasn't even just the moments. It's the overall thing of like, you can't do anything. There's no escape really, like, unless there just happens to be one of the things that was in the garage, which I'm not going to talk about, or to spoil it, but like, there's no escape. Like, you can't do anything to get away from this thing. You're just fucked.
Yeah, it blasts the staircase out. It fucking
It-
gets rid of the elevators. It takes out your phone. Like, there's no.
It
yeah.
can literally just like punch your face off. Like, it'll just bite your fucking eyeball out of your head. You know, like, there's no escaping it. So it's like, and it's sentient, and like, because it's a demon, you know, so it's just like talking, and it's like, you know, like, and it's not like old school demon like from what's it called, The Exorcist. Yeah, it's not like you know, it's just like,
Head spinning around, throwing up everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like, hi, you know, like, it's like, oh god.
They really expanded. It feels a lot like the original Evil Dead mixed with the 2013 Evil Dead. Like,
Yes.
like they just combined them into the perfect like fucking
Horror film.
monster. Like the lady playing the demon was
Oh,
so
gosh.
good too. Dude.
Yes.
She had the facial expressions and the fucking like just spooky fucking
Disturbing.
movements and shit.
And
you know?
her smile. Okay, so like, that's the thing with her. Like, if Netflix ever is gonna ruin Hunter x Hunter and do a live action like they tend to do with things, she would be a perfect Hisoka.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
just the face, the dead eyes that she was really good at, and like just kind of like giving off that psychopathic.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay. She, like, I'd be willing to let them go woke and make, you know, just change all the characters to female or whatever they want to do. Put her as Hisoka and I'm in, you know, like, it was creepy.
Dude, yeah. I mean, Hisoka was kind of an androgynous fucking character anyway.
Mhm.
Like, you know, you could dress her up like in a duty kind of way, and it would just be perfect.
Oh, yeah,
you
for
know what
sure.
I mean? Like,
Like, she, like, especially whenever he's, like, got the bloodlust and his eyes are just, like, and he's
Yeah.
just, like, running. Like, it's like, oh, yeah, that's what I see.
that would be perfect.
But, yeah, I was kind of scared. I was, like, at home by myself, and, like, for whatever reason, my water heater just started making noises that night.
Oh, hell no.
Like,
It's gonna come out of the water.
well, yeah, and well, it's like in a closet, you know, so like like by the door, and so it was just like making like these like bumping noises and stuff, and Ollie kept getting freaked out by it, and like kind of like, I'm like, bro, quit acting like someone's here, man. Like, I'm like, this is of all the nights you choose tonight to do that shit. And I was like, I'm just gonna sit here, I'm gonna put on something friendly on YouTube.
Talking
Oh,
about
spooky.
weird shit, some really weird shit happened in Madisonville this past week.
What
Or
happened?
like Madison County. So
Was it the bikers getting shot?
no.
Oh,
That was
okay.
like 2 weeks ago.
That was in Huntsville.
Oh, okay.
No, so like 6 different cows from 6 different
Oh,
pastures.
Weird. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
this.
and apparently, so let me back up a little bit. This
This is crazy.
phenomenon.
Have you heard about this, Jamel? Hold up.
So this phenomenon
think
has been
so.
happening for the last 50. Like I think the earliest recording event of it is like 50 years ago in the 70s, and all across the country, it's always the same shit. So in Madisonville's
Cow
case,
shit.
6 different cows from 6 different pastures were found along. I think it was 21, with their tongues, some face meat, their genitals, and their anuses removed and blood completely drained.
How do you take an anus off?
Exactly. I don't know.
You mean like pull? It's like
Bro,
the,
it
it's
took
just-
the anus.
It's just
bro.
missing. It's just like
did they just cut the butthole off? Like
I don't know. But like
Probably the whole like rectum. Dude.
okay, that's
like,
how I was like, is
like,
it
probably the
is
whole
it just
like,
the whole like?
probably the whole like
but it's all
end of the intestine and then all the way down to the butthole is what I'm imagining. You know,
but the weird thing is it's
probably core it out like an
it's
apple.
always described
Yeah.
as like surgical precision, and the same story can be found all over the country for the last 50 years.
Yeah, but this happened near us though.
Yeah, it happened in Madisonville.
Recently.
Yeah, like this past week.
There's a lot of meth in Madisonville. Let's be real.
Bro, they're scooping out cow buttholes.
Look,
bro.
man, meth will make you do some crazy shit. All right,
And so, but the cows.
This is
Another
alien
weird thing is,
dog.
in another similarity with all these things is like like coyotes or vultures never fuck with them.
yeah, I mean
Um,
they're,
'Cause
they're
there
not
ain't no
trying to.
blood.
There's nothing left.
Well, they're still meeting them. It just doesn't.
The
Like,
coyote
fuck.
was looking for anus, and
I was thinking,
And
got
then-
no asshole. I'm out.
And then as far as them investigating it, like there's no disturbances around the corpses of the animals ever. Like on any of the cases,
What does that mean?
nothing is like as far as like if people like, okay, I'm not saying aliens, but like if somebody were to do that, they'd have to
Not
have
saying
a
aliens,
vehicle. They'd have to have a vehicle and actually go up and drop the cow off after they did all the shit to it.
Nah, bro. You ever seen how far a meth head can walk? It was probably the same meth head that walked like all the way around
And
the
drag
county.
a whole cow.
How
there.
did it get the blood out
Yeah,
of the cow?
and then move it from the
Jamel?
pasture. They're all
Like-
moved
You
from the
think meth
pastures that they
heads
were
Wait,
in.
okay, you're
Drain
saying they're
the
moved.
blood?
Have you seen how easily cows get out of like fucking pastures? The cow was probably walking on its own, or
There
they
were 6 different ones from 6
or
different
they
pastures.
lured it with some. Hey, you ever
This
play
is
Minecraft?
This is definitely like okay.
This is not the
either-
doing of a meth head.
Either somebody did this. It could have been a meth head.
It very
Look,
easily could have been a meth
I'm
head.
not ruling out the meth head thing, okay? But it would have had to have been a very calculated meth head
That's what I'm saying.
who's determined
To
to
hit
kill
6
six different
yeah.
cows in different parts
Or
of the county.
Check it out.
But it wasn't
It's a
even
bunch of
just
college
Madison.
kids.
It was into Brazos
Bunch
County
of college
too.
psychopath kids that wanted to like go viral.
That could
make
be
something
it.
happen.
That could be it. A bunch of fucking maybe some kind of psychopathic frat hazing thing.
Yeah, where they're like, you got to get the anus of a cow, bro.
and
And
like, yeah, dude.
like, I, my last thought is aliens. Whenever it comes to
I'm
cows,
not saying aliens, just as unexplained because
I
for
got
people
I
to do
am
it.
saying aliens.
no, I'm saying
I am
my
saying
problem. What the
aliens.
What the fuck? Okay, hold on. We gotta stop with the alien thing
No.
with cows because
Yeah.
why do they?
No, we don't.
There
Maybe
are
maybe it's a
least-
fast food stop. Maybe Earth is like a fast food stop. They're passing by Earth. They're like, oh shit, I haven't been by Earth in a minute.
Maybe
let's
cows
go
are
buy it."
literally were put here by aliens just to be like fucking.
They're just reconnaissance. Like they
Yes,
get all
bro.
of their info through their anus. Like my thing is like
Exactly.
they just like hit the anus slurp button and then just like then it's just like
Maybe
surgically
the aliens are
removed.
studying how cows evolve on our fucking planet, so they put them here a long time ago. And
I think they're
like,
just a fast food
Look,
stop.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
It's not that hard to see how they evolve. They haven't really evolved. They just kind of stand around
Maybe
and let
they
us
got
murder
crazy
them.
different anuses than they did, and they're fucking checking it out.
Look.
You know, we don't know.
Like all I'm saying is like this is that Occam's razor shit. All right, so we got to look at the most obvious,
All right, you're right.
like,
no, you're right. You're right. The
It's-
most obvious answer is that there's a psychopath going around.
or a
killing
meth
cows.
head, or just like meth head. Like
no.
you're thinking it's psycho.
This is somebody in their right mind, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
No, it's
not
too-
in,
yeah,
not
it's
in
too
their right
calculated
mind,
to be a
but
meth
like,
head.
you
yeah.
know,
They're a fucked up person.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
a fucked up person who wants to kill things but doesn't want to go through the process of going hunting
Or doesn't even want to kill something, but wants to be like wants
or
to see
destroy
their shit.
property.
Yeah, or just wants to
Fucking-
see their shit in the news.
Yeah.
Like they're like, "Ooh, what can I do that'll
Yeah.
make me feel
Yeah,
seen,
yeah.
even though
Uh-huh.
like I won't." Like, there's a lot of fucked up
But
people.
with other like cattle wrangling and stuff, like the investigations usually lead to finding out how
You think Madisonville police are like the fucking top dog detectives on the shit.
no,
they
but
probably
they've-
went out there and they're like,
they've
well, it's a
cracked-
fucking cow, bro. I'm
but
sorry,
they-
I'm not gonna fucking fingerprint this
Well, no,
anus.
they've literally tracked. They've literally tracked
That
cow.
is weird
No,
that
there's
they're
cow
taking the
wrestlers.
anus, though.
Huh?
That is super weird that they're taking the anus.
Well, no, but there's
But
also
I guess
been
if you want to get
cases.
in the news,
There's been cases of cattle being, taken or just killed for no reason, and they found it out.
well, I'm
but all
sure,
these-
but not
all these ca-
Madisonville though.
in Madisonville. I lived in Madisonville.
You're telling me that this specific situation of anus robbing has happened in Madisonville and they
No,
solved it.
I'm talking about just other cases of cattle being killed
Worldwide.
or being stolen, like cattle wranglers.
Yeah,
are
but
still a thing.
cattle stealing is different because it's
talking
it's
about
with
murder,
the person.
Jamel.
Yeah, we're talking
'cause
about
these cattle aren't just stolen and then gone
They're
forever.
just killed.
yeah,
and
they're just right
their
there.
genitals taken.
It's not like somebody came up, took the cow and left with it. That's easy to solve because why do you
that
have
makes
this cow?
sense, though. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
take a cow because you could use it for milk or eat it or do whatever you do with a cow. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
not drain it of its blood and steal.
That's
its
what I'm saying. That'd be a
genitals. Like,
lot
that's-
harder to solve though, because it's like first off, like he said, there's no obviously they walked there. They didn't drive up. They didn't leave any tracks. So
How do they move the cow if they walked up?
it walks. The cows have legs.
No, but they got it out of the
It
pasture.
wasn't
So where's the fence cut?
disemboweled,
I
so
think they
you'd
killed
have
the
to have-
cow at the spot where they found it. I don't think
No.
they killed it then dragged it.
No,
No,
they were
'cause
the
they-
cows
look,
weren't
look,
in their
If
pastures
they
anymore.
drained it of its blood, like there would have been a bloody spot on the ground.
Yeah.
So they had to have moved it. But the thing is, the cow, unless you like took the guts out of the cow's gonna weigh
Even
way
if
more.
you took the guts out, a cow carcass is still going to weigh a
I'm
shit
just
ton.
saying, like, even if you're
That's
a
why it's multiple
fucking
people.
super strong dude, yeah, it's definitely multiple people.
It's got to be. It's got to be like a group of like not. It doesn't necessarily have to be a frat, but it's either a group of.
I'm really leaning towards the frat theory right now.
It could be a frat, but I honestly think it's a bunch of college kids bored in fucking Madisonville who want to see their shit on the internet, on TikTok, going viral, on the news. Like, obviously, they're thinking, we're not going to get in trouble for it, but we'll get to see it. We can tell our friends, like, oh, we did this shit. You know, like, it's like that kind of thing. So, or at least that's my first thought. That's like what I think is
Well,
happening.
yeah,
But the thing
but I'm
is,
saying,
you'd have to find a whole group of people that are all willing to engage in this psychopathic fucking like.
Well,
Dude, it's
activity
college.
together.
that
You're all drunk or on drugs.
there's nobody
like,
in
I'm
Madisonville
just saying,
that's
I went
actively
to
going
college,
college.
and I had
No, but
you
Huntsville.
Know, none of us were down to fucking murder cows. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
Like,
would never fuck with animals ever, but there are people that would. You know, like I think that's one thing I've learned like as an
like whole
adult.
communities of them that are like down
Dude,
to hang out together.
There's one thing I have learned. People don't give a fuck about cows for some reason. Like people are just like, "Oh, I'll eat that shit standing where it's at." You know, like people like literally just go to any Facebook video about steak or about an animal being murdered for food and like people are like, "Y'all are fucking pussies. I kill cows all the time." It's just like, dude, I'm literally just reading a bunch of psychopaths. Like I see a cow and I feel bad, even
Those
though I
people
eat
aren't
them.
really out there killing cows.
No, they're
though.
not,
They're
but
they
I'm
don't
saying-
own a single cow.
But I'm saying
Why?
I'm not saying they are, but I'm saying that mentality would
Yeah.
allow you to do it without feeling bad because you're like,
Yeah.
well, it's gonna get eaten anyways. You know, it's like that kind of mindset.
Yeah,
You know-
I guess unless you, but these people aren't actually eating it. You know, I guess they're not thinking that deeply.
whatever they're
into
doing
it,
with
yeah.
the
Yeah, how do you know they're
Parts that
not
they
eating
cut
that
off.
anus, dude?
They might be eating that anus.
They might
I mean,
be.
tongue is a
Eat that-
normal
eat
thing
that
to eat,
cheek
like
meat.
lengua tacos.
Yeah,
Like,
tongue is a very normal
yeah.
thing to eat from
and then
a cow.
and then the face meat is what is
Yeah,
barbacoa?
yeah, barbacoa.
Yeah.
So I mean, technically, it could just be some dude trying to get some barbacoa, make some
But
some
the weird,
anus sausage.
the weirdest thing is though is that there's no tracks of these animals being moved at all. They weren't in their pastures anymore, so there's no fences cut, there's no gates, there's no locks cut, nothing. Like that's the strangest thing about how you're gonna get that cow from point A to point B.
Did
with
these all
no
belong
track.
to the same guy?
No, it was 6 different. No, it was along 21. It's not just Madison County. It was into Brazos County too.
Interesting. We should figure out who works for these random places. Like, there might be some kind of angry guy who used to work there or something, has a way to get
It's
into
6
the gate.
different ranches.
Yeah, I mean, if you work at one ranch, you'll probably work at another. You know, like if you get fired at one.
But that's just the weirdest thing
We
is
should
how
make
they
a
removed
Netflix
and there's
documentary
no.
about
Dude,
this.
absolutely.
Well, it's been happening. All the other cases, the most recent one was in Oregon in 2021 or something.
The Netflix
Same
documentary.
bullshit. Like they had no leads ever. Like they investigated, no leads ever. The cows were found in a completely different place than where they should have been. with the same bullshit missing from them. And then the
Yeah.
time before that, it was back in the 70s, and like it happened to a fuck ton of cows. Apparently,
They do an interview with like the guy who found the bodies. He's like, "I was there in, they got him like blacked out. They don't want. He doesn't want to be seen, because the aliens might come for him.
It's just you.
Yeah, it's just me.
it's just fucking weird though.
Yeah, it is weird. Very exciting.
That's really interesting.
Very unexciting
Watch,
for the cows.
Madisonville's
sucks
gonna
for the
become
cows.
Madisonville's gonna become
Real
like the
interest-
epicenter for like UFO sightings now.
I wish,
I'm
dude.
curious.
Yeah, I swear. Like one time, and my brother can vouch for this. My little brother, when we were kids, we lived out on Walker Loop, which is like out on Highway 30, but like 7 miles out on Highway 30 in the middle of nowhere. Fucking one day we were sitting on our porch eating fucking sandwiches, and we look up in the sky, and this fucking plane, or it was like a plane or something. It was like either a helicopter or a plane. It's hard for me to remember because we were like 9, and
I think it's just a bunch of frat kids.
it was probably a helicopter, but it dropped something like a parachute thing.
It was a cow.
No, it was a box. It was like fucking worms, like like from the game Worms, like when shit drops and it's in the little parachute.
Yeah.
We saw that shit, dude, and like we were just like, okay.
Drug trafficking. Like
Yeah, we didn't know what it was, but somebody dropped some shit. Maybe it was somebody working on a ranch and they needed to get some supplies or
It's a
some
hell
shit.
of a way to do it.
Drug
There's plenty.
trafficking, bro.
No, there's plenty of access to Highway 30. Like you got roads. You wouldn't have to airdrop something.
Look, I'm just trying to come up with logical reasons why me and my brother saw a fucking
Hey, think about
parachute
it.
supply
Think about
drop,
it.
but
You
we
fly
saw
up
it.
from Mexico, just drop it in a field and fucking and then fly back to Mexico.
Could be that.
Probably
yeah.
on the same tank of gas, bro. Like just
So the weirdest unexplained sky phenomenon, that I've ever seen was this little white dot in the sky, like broad daylight. This little white dot was in the sky and stayed there all day in the same fucking spot.
what the fuck was it? A planet?
I took a picture of it. I'll show y'all after the show. No, like it wasn't, and it was whenever the sun went, we could tell it was spherical. We could see it just enough that we could see shadowing because when the sun started to go down, it was within the atmosphere at least because there was shadowing and stuff with like where the sun was going down and shit. Did not fucking move at all.
Yeah.
All day. And I'll show you the picture. It's just a white sphere that was just sitting there in the same exact spot because we kept looking. It was like early. It was out in Todd Mission because it was like early. We had just gotten into Renfest and we were sitting watching the bird show or some shit. And like I kind of just like looked up. It was a clear blue sky, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like,
It's probably one of
I
them
was like,
Chinese balloons.
well, I thought, and I looked up weather balloon too. But if it was a weather balloon, it would have moved.
It would have moved with
yeah,
the
it
wind.
would have moved during
Unless
the day.
it wasn't windy. It might have just been a chill.
Even then, weather balloons will hit within a day. They will hit maximum altitude, pop, and then go to the ground. But there'll
Maybe
be
it was
some
just
kind
having
of.
trouble popping. you
Yeah.
know?
I don't know.
Look.
I'll show you. It doesn't like it's perfectly spherical. You ever seen a weather balloon? Like it's teardrop shaped, and it has a little box at the bottom, but it's like a long balloon. No, this shit is completely spherical, and it did not.
Maybe
move
they just
in
wanted to go to the Ren Fair, bro. Like,
or they were like, wait a minute, like this time period wasn't now. Like that was 300 years ago.
nah,
Like,
bro. If the aliens been coming through this line, they know we got Ren Fairs. You know they stop by every now and then. They want a turkey leg. They're tired of all the cow asshole they're eating.
What if they all? What if when aliens do visit, they just go to like conventions and stuff to where they can just blend in naturally?
Yeah, they're
They can-
cosplayers, dude.
A sweet costume. He's
Like,
"Oh."
But no, that was the weirdest unexplained thing that I've ever seen because it didn't move. And then as the sun went down, the color of it changed and the shadow, we could see like the shadow on it change. And then once it got dark, we couldn't see anymore.
Well, one thing's for
pretty
sure,
crazy,
you're not
man.
working for Lockheed Martin anymore, all because of this episode.
Fucking-
So, let's get into the. Wait, Brent, did you do anything?
No, just worked and what we were talking about.
Okay.
Tombow.
Talking about.
Video games.
Tom-
What y'all been playing?
Well, hell.
Honestly, it was mainly just Warzone for me this week.
Okay.
Because I didn't get a lot of gaming in, but when I did, it was with the boys.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And then if I wasn't gaming, I was printing shit.
Hell
Nice,
yeah.
nice. I guess I'll go. I only have one thing as well. That way you can knock out your 4070 stuff. I played Warzone 2.0 Season 3, baby, and some more. And it's starting to get better. I'm having less graphical issues and whatnot, and having fun with that. Got a couple dubs. But Demon Souls, trying to finish that. I've beaten like 6 bosses now.
Wow.
I'm deep in there. I'm like on the 3rd world of every world. You know what I'm talking about? Like how there's like the different.
Yeah.
I'm at like the 3rd level of each world so far, and I finally hit
You
a part.
feeling good about it?
Feeling good. I'm feeling a little beat down, but you know it is what it is. It gets tougher because it's like you know the bosses get harder and the game has no fucking chill. There's no fucking bonfires. It just makes it so annoying when you die because you have to run so far to get back to the boss. You know, so like, but you have to do a lot of grinding in this one. Like, there's a lot of grinding that I'm doing, and then I'm going back to the 3rd level of the 1st world to get a bunch of like fucking herbs. Like I just go in, kill these 2 guys, leave, come back in, kill these 2 guys because they like always drop 2, you know, each.
That's why the Estus flasks were such a good
yeah.
thing. Like, yeah, you can't like stockpile a dickload of them, but it's so convenient to just replenish every time you die. Like,
and you can build up how many you want and shit like that.
Yeah.
Customize your carry count.
Yeah, but anyways, still really fun. I'm hoping to beat it, but it's tough. So, but
oh man, I'm gonna have to hold off on the Souls-like shit until fucking Star Wars comes out later this month. That's my fucking jam ski.
I have a feeling it's not gonna. I think it's gonna be a little bit easier this time around. I really do believe that.
I'll honestly be fucking pissed.
I would be too, but the fact
that
that
last one was hard as shit, bro.
It was, especially
really,
the boss.
It like felt like a legit Soulsborne type game.
Yeah.
You know what I
That
mean?
was hard. That was before
I
I
played
got
it on,
into
like,
Soulsborne.
the second to hardest difficulty, and it was still hard as fuck. Like,
yeah, I'm really worried that it's gonna be easy. Like just because I know they want more people to play.
Make it more mainstream.
I think maybe just give more like accessibility options. You know,
Make
like,
it
let
easy
them-
mode or
yeah,
something,
yeah,
or an easy
but
mode.
like stupid easy mode. You know, like have God mode on.
Dumbass
there.
easy mode.
Dumbass easy mode.
So simple.
Saber just slices through everything. Like you just got to make contact.
You just
you
walk
suck mode.
Yeah. Anyways, Brent, what you got? What you been playing?
So most of like literally haven't really been playing anything. I've just been like testing things out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've got a bunch of games that like have had trouble with my old computer, so I instantly gravitate towards everything that's ever given me trouble. And I'm like, let's try it out. You know what I mean?
Let's see you give me trouble now, bitch.
So like. First of all, I haven't got to play as much VR as I want to, but I just re-downloaded Fallout, so I'm going to see how that goes, Fallout 4 VR.
I don't think it's a power issue.
I
man.
don't think it is either, but I'm still going to try it out just for shits and gigs.
Yeah.
What if it's like perfect? Like you go in and it just feels like you're in
I
fucking
will-
Fallout.
Oh,
Come a
Jamel, you
river,
naive.
I'm
You
just saying,
naive
what if
child.
the 4070 just changes the whole
No,
game?
it's
dude?
not a.
I've
it's
heard
not
that with
power
a few
issue.
mods it can be made playable, so we might try to do something
Yeah.
like that.
Good luck.
But so yeah, I've been playing. I went to Bone Labs, and like you know, I've noticed that every game that I bring up, it has my old settings already loaded onto the game. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Get
the
that
game,
shit out of
the
it.
game starts up exactly how I remember it looking and feeling. You know.
Oh, that's a good before and after.
Exactly.
Then. Yeah.
So it's really satisfying on every one of
Yeah.
these tests. So I go into the settings and like, you know, Bone Labs, I got this mix of like low to medium settings to get a good frame rate. I just cranked it all the way up, fucking backed out, and like your body's like casting a shadow now. Like there's like so much more depth
Texture,
to
yeah.
everything. Like it was just incredible. So like fucking Bone Labs went from like a fucking already just really good looking game to just one of the best looking VR things I've ever seen. Like every
Yeah.
gun is just like you're just sitting there staring at it, like you know. Like,
It's so crisp. Yeah.
It's really beautiful. Bone Labs is just a really really good looking game. Then I played Skyrim. I need to mod it though. I've just been.
I will
playing
send you
the-
my whole list.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
I've
I
been
can.
playing the vanilla version a little bit, and it's underwhelming. you know, the
Yeah,
controls
that's not
are
a fucking power
atrocious,
issue
bro.
either. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No, yeah, definitely not a power issue because my frame rate is off the charts, you know. But
Yep,
like,
it still
my-
looks blurry and fuzzy and
it's
shit, doesn't it?
blurry and fuzzy, and
Uh-huh.
like the texture is awful.
Yeah.
just god awful.
I will send you my slaved over, perfectly curated list, which actually there's a good bit that you won't even need, but it won't hurt it either.
I'm gonna have to learn how to use the mod manager and stuff.
It's so easy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's super, super easy. You
Yeah.
just gotta There's some things that you got to make sure load in before others. That's the big
Yeah.
thing is like load order. If you get to, you got to learn how some mods work with others or don't work,
Yeah.
or have to work before the other one works. Specifically like texture mods and shit, they all have to load first. But we can talk about that. I'll send you my entire list. And honestly, the mod manager is pretty good about changing the order or giving you the option to pick. It'll be like, load this mod before this, and then it'll have a suggested option, and you just go with the suggested.
Bro, I really want to make Fallout playable. Like, I really, really want it, like,
Dude,
bad. Like,
I tried with my 3060, and it should have been enough, even with all the mods that I put in it, and I
What?
still could not get. It's the draw distance and the
it was-
like
it
the
was
noise.
blurry, like,
Yeah, the like the visual noise. I
Mhm.
cannot get rid of the visual noise. And
Mhm.
the 3060 has enough power to. I was trying to run it on lower settings too. It had
yeah.
enough power to do that for sure. And I got all the mods to try to fix it. I don't think it's a power issue, man.
Man, I still want to try because
No, yeah, I mean,
just
yeah,
feel like
give it a shot.
of all the games I want, like, I want an RPG, right? I want a
Dude,
big
but
open
yeah,
world
Fallout
RPG.
in VR would be fucking amazing. I
Yeah.
want it too. I want it so bad, and it makes me so angry. The couple stabs that I've taken at it, and I still can't get it.
I wish they would have just tried just a little bit harder. But then, so yeah, I played The Forest, and that is running like incredibly good
Oh,
now.
that's cool.
Fucking, it was like really, really struggling on the 2060.
Well, yeah, because
like,
foliage in VR is
hard.
Yes,
yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's running real great though on the new one. I want to try Phasmophobia really bad on the new card.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, Faz looked good on the 2060. I thought.
I had a little bit of a struggle with it,
Really?
honestly. Like it was okay, but I had to turn the render resolution down like 30% and some other
okay.
bullshit, and like
Well, it's gonna look really, really good now,
that's what I'm saying.
dude. I'd be down to play. I haven't played some Faz in a minute.
Hey, we got to jump on it. I think they've been updating the fuck out of it.
Yeah, it gets
but I suck.
regular like seasonal
My
updates.
problem is I just suck really bad. I don't know what I'm doing. I literally just run around until I die horrifyingly. And that's the whole game, you know?
Yeah, me and DL learned it a little bit there when we were playing it in VR, but then yeah, I'd have to refresh on it too.
But yeah,
It's so
so
much fun,
fucking I've been playing that, and then as far as not VR games, I went back to Harry Potter because I had it downloaded, and like that one just struggled, like it wasn't really playing very well. I had to,
Really?
yeah, on 1080p screen, I could play it on like high settings, so
Oh.
that's okay.
That's
You know
insane
what I
that
mean?
a 4070 can't.
No,
play.
no, I'm talking about my old graphics.
Oh, I was like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
that
I-
new shit, dog.
That new shit though.
Forget about it. Like I got it running on my 1440p screen at like a solid 75 frames per second with all the ray tracing cranked.
Okay,
all the
does
way
it look
up.
worse with ray tracing though?
Nah, they fixed it.
Did it? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they had some sort of problem.
There
with
was an
that.
issue, yeah.
Yeah, but it looks better now. Like
Yeah, because my buddy that was just talking to us, he had that 3080, and I went over to his
I
house
read
and cranked it
online
up.
that
and
might be a VRAM issue because the 3080's got 10 gigs of VRAM.
really,
So
Ti?
No, not Ti.
Yeah, I had the 3080 Ti.
Oh, okay, bad. Yeah, I don't
But-
know then.
But no, the ray tracing looked bad. But then once you turned it off, it looked incredibly better. Like,
It looks really good.
but
with
they
the ray
yeah they
tracing.
had to have fixed it then.
It's also got frame generation on it, so if you wanted to crank it up to like 120 or something, you could probably get away with it. You know what I
Oh.
mean? But yeah. So that one was really impressive. Like that one, I was very happy with. Cyberpunk was functioning really well. You could put it on that overdrive mode. Like literally every source of light is a ray traced thing.
Jesus Christ.
So it's like you end up with a lot of weird things happening. So like sometimes you'll have strange like visual artifacting and noise and stuff. Like where there's just too many rays getting traced, I guess, or something.
Just
and it
colliding, too many.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it probably wasn't built to like, they didn't think about it beforehand when they have a fucking light path coming through here and then one
Yeah.
coming here and then fucking fog and then like laser fucking
a bunch of metal
LEDs
surfaces
everywhere.
to bounce
It's
off
just
of. Like,
They didn't predict far enough into all the combinations that would happen.
yeah, but it does some funky things. But like when it's not doing funky things, it's incredible.
I
Like
bet.
I mean, it really is just fucking wild what it's capable of.
Oh,
So that one's really cool just from like a technical standpoint, and even on the highest settings, like you gotta tweak some things to make it work. You know what I mean? Like you got to put the DLSS and the frame generation on, put it on like balanced.
The
you know what I mean?
DLSS 3.
Yeah, like it's a very hefty workload.
Yeah.
Then I played Dead Space, and honestly, I was like kind of sad that I didn't play it like this originally. Like it looks so much better. Like I can't even
Yeah.
like Dead Space looked okay, but like with the fucking ambient occlusion and the fucking shit all cranked up, like it's just amazing. Like I'm disappointed that I played the whole game recently because I almost want to play it all over again. I played Portal. I played Witcher with the update, the ray tracing
Yeah.
update, which is one of the more pleasant surprises of all of this. Like that one is just incredible looking. I played Hi-Fi Rush, which isn't like super
like
demanding or
cel-shaded.
anything, but it was just kind of fun. I was just having a little fun on that one.
Oh, okay, I thought you were like gonna tell us like the ray tracing, bro.
No, that was just for funsies. And then I got back on the tests, and I went down to the Atomic Heart, and I cranked that one all the way up. And I sat there and played it for quite a little bit, despite how shitty the fucking game is. Because like,
Just how good it
it
looks.
actually does look really great.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous
you know,
game.
Like, and you know,
I just didn't like the fighting in it.
it's horrible. The combat is stupid. The fucking dialogue is stupid. The puzzles don't make any fucking sense.
No.
Like the whole game is just dumb as fuck. Like, but God, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Then I played a little bit of Ghostwire Tokyo, which has some really impressive like ray tracing stuff on the water and stuff outside. It's pretty cool. I played that for longer than I intended to, also because I was gonna test Gotham Knights, but then I ran out of time. So there you go. That's what I got so far. I've also got Microsoft Flight Simulator downloading at home.
That'll be the real
So,
test.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, because I played it recently on my 3060, and it was having a hard time
Did
keeping
you
up.
try it in VR?
Yeah, in
Is
VR.
that what you're talking about right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And how did it work for you on that?
So it looked really good when I wasn't looking at the ground.
Okay.
So the cockpit, I was in like a fighter jet. The cockpit of the fighter jet looked amazing, the sky, the clouds, and everything. But I had an issue of like, and this also could possibly be because I don't have it on a SSD. It's on a external, so there could be an issue with that. I don't think it is, but whenever I looked at the ground below me, there was a weird frame stutter with it. Like it was kind of like having a hard time keeping up loading it, I guess. Could have also been because I was in a fighter jet and going so fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tried a bunch of different settings to try to smooth it out. But it was like, I could get my eyes to ignore it eventually, but it was jarring.
But your frame rate, like when you're turning your head, was good.
Yeah,
and stuff?
solid.
Like
Yeah. So it should look amazing on
Cool.
the 4070.
cool.
Yeah, it'll be a really, really enjoyable experience.
Did
And
you
they've
put
added
it-
controls where you can use VR controls to actually fly the planes now.
Did you use upscaling in VR?
I don't think so.
I've heard that there's a way to like use DLSS or something while you're in VR.
I don't know. I would have to. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I did because I went and tried to like give it as best quality as I could.
Yeah.
And tried a bunch of different configurations and different like FAAs and the other 3 settings that are in the FAA and whatnot. And it was just there was an issue with it. I think it was just a matter of loading in the map and stuff and rendering it like that fast maybe.
Yeah.
But it should look great though, especially if you're downloading it onto an SSD. I think that might even solve the issue.
Yeah. I am. So that's cool.
Yeah, it'll be really cool. Especially flying a fighter jet in like really crisp VR and be able to fly over I flew over my house and stuff and over the woodlands.
Oh man,
Like,
that's gonna be sick. Do
flew
they have
up-
helicopters in that, or do you have to have like the
I-
special edition or something?
I think so, but I don't know about the special edition. I don't know. I
feel
don't know.
like
I knew I did. All I know is that I didn't want to fly helicopters because
I want the chopper.
shit's hard. But
I'll put
Yeah.
the chop
I
on.
The
need
chopper.
the chopper. Anyways, so that's all I've had time to test so
Not
far.
the tumor. Okay, so let's get into the gaming news. Not that much news this week. Just
No.
just a spoiler alert, but there is some interesting stuff.
I thought I was tripping, you know. I was like reading it last night. I was like, am I missing things? Am I like skimming past
Most
this
of the
too
news
fast?
happened
And,
like
it's
4
just-
days ago for some
yeah,
reason.
last week. But just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of these articles as our own. We're just bringing them all here to give you the news. And let's start it off with something that I think is probably somewhat interesting. There's actually two fairly big news articles, and so let's start with
the Sony acquisition.
yeah, that one. So PlayStation announced that it has acquired Firewalk Studios and that the studio still hard at work on its first original AAA multiplayer game, or the studio is still hard at work on its first. So it hasn't put out a game yet. And this comes after PlayStation and Firewalk Studios announced back in 2021 that they had formed a partnership to publish the aforementioned multiplayer game. Quote, building a new studio at scale has been an incredibly exhilarating and relentlessly daunting task. Fortunately, we've been supported by great partners throughout, explained studio head Tony Hsu and game director Ryan Ellis. Quote, probably Monsters helped turbocharge us in setting up the studio, and Sony has been supporting our project and our creative vision from the beginning. So they continued, today we're taking the next natural step in joining PlayStation Studios. We've worked closely with Herman and the very talented team at PlayStation for years, helping to make our new game even better. To join PlayStation Studios is to formally become part of a family that has produced many of the most storied games of our age, and we are honored.
Wait, so this is their first game? Because
Yeah,
they're
they
not talking like it is.
No, it is. Yeah, they've just been working on it for years, apparently. So, Firewalk Studios was founded in 2018 as part of Probably Monsters, which was itself founded by former Bungie CEO Harold Ryan.
What are Probably Monsters responsible for?
I don't know.
Probably Monsters, if I had to guess.
It's the latest studio to join the PlayStation portfolio. In
Show
particular,
myself to the door.
Firewalk Studios is another studio that is focusing on developing a multiplayer game, which is a direction that PlayStation is more frequently headed. So some kind of multiplayer game. I'm going to look up Probably Monsters.
There, I'm already on it.
Okay. Yeah, you let me know. But yeah, it looks like Sony was like, fuck, we better start buying shit because it looks like Xbox is going to get their shit. So I think that's how it's going from this point forward. I mean, you got Sega acquiring stuff. That means Sony and Xbox are about to start duking it out and just buying shit left and right.
Let's see.
Probably Monsters is an independent video game company.
I'm not really seeing any. They got
Indie
games
development.
coming soon.
Yeah, I don't think that they've
Yeah,
ever made
maybe
anything.
You're right. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
It is weird
Sony
that
must have a lot of faith in them. I mean,
Yeah.
like they must be showing off some dope shit behind closed doors. You know what I mean?
Well, I think what it is that they've got the lead developer from Bungie like he was there back in the original Halo days. So I think with Xbox being acquiring Call of Duty, this is probably they're like, okay, we need to make a shooter, and it says they're making a multiplayer game, so I'm assuming it's going to be some kind of shooter. So it says working on a character-focused multiplayer game, which I don't know what that means at all.
Probably
so.
like an Overwatch type game. You know, where you have like different characters with different abilities. You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
not mad at that. You know, that could be cool.
They just need to make a first-person shooter, like
you know
all
what
together.
game was sick, bro? I'm sorry, this is totally out of left field, but there was a game on the original PSVR called Starblood Arena, and it was like a fucking like character shooter.
Hero shooter.
A hero shooter, yeah. But like everybody was in like little floating go-karts that could go anywhere in the fucking map. So you're like flying around this map, like shooting at each other with like lasers. It was like
It's like dogfighting.
it was like dogfighting and like a ball game mixed together. Like it was really cool. I don't know. I can't even hardly describe it. But every character had their own power and abilities, and they'd move faster or slower. And there was like different game modes. It was really neat. Like, I'm not doing it justice at all, but like, it had a cool community for a little while, and then it got shut down. It didn't have enough.
That's the
people playing it.
original PSVR for you, though.
Yeah.
That was like the beginning time, so it's like it was hard to get like an audience for a game. But I think like going back to this, it's going to be interesting to see what their goal is by acquiring a studio that has 0 games.
Yeah, hasn't made a game yet.
But they're a AAA studio apparently, so We're about to find out.
We're about to find
All
out.
about
About
that
to find out.
quadruple A. What do you mean?
Yeah, Xbox over here with the quadruple team that hasn't even shown a screenshot of their game yet. Anyways,
So I'm going to just kind of combine these two. We got some more Diablo news. Diablo 4 developer confirms that if hardcore players die in PvP, it's permadeath.
damn.
So there's that. And then the next beta or the next gameplay final beta test is confirmed for. This was a video. Oh God.
I
had
think
the
I've
date-
got it.
I had the date on there. I'm
Bro, if I was
sorry.
level 20 and somebody just rolled up and killed me, I would just stop playing forever. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure. Says it will take place on the weekend of May 12th, starting
There
at
we
12
go.
p.m. PST and on Friday, and conclude at 12 p.m. PST on Sunday.
Thank you. Yeah, I apparently I picked the wrong article. On that
I do that sometimes on IGN as well. They always like post two of the same article
Yeah.
and one's a video.
I'm
But
usually good about seeing it because it'll show the little timestamp down there, and I'm like, oh, that's not a real article.
what's the other part you were gonna throw together?
That was
with
it.
Or
Just,
that was it.
Yeah, it was the permadeath with hardcore, and then the final playtest.
I'm excited. I'm not gonna play the last playtest. I'm just gonna wait till the game comes out. But
I am gonna play it because I was not super thrilled, like with my first experience with it.
oh, I loved it. I had fun. What you got?
well, hell, let's see what we got here.
What?
Okay. Despite universal praise, Hi-Fi Rush has seemingly not met internal expectations set by Microsoft. A new report claims the action title from developer Tango Gameworks failed to make the money it needed, though Microsoft has since suggested otherwise. Jeff Grubb and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know. You know, this is an interesting thing because you got one place saying that the game did bad, Microsoft saying that it didn't do bad. I think Microsoft's probably saying, hey, you know,
We
like,
got more Game Pass subscriptions.
yeah, y'all can't see the internal Game Pass numbers, and we can. You know what I mean?
Also, they can't honestly have expected much out of this game. Like it's like
they
it's a
surprise
fun
released
game.
it. It's
Yeah.
not like they built up any hype or anything.
No.
They're just like, hey, here's Hi-Fi Rush.
Guess
Have
what?
fun.
I honestly don't even think they were trying to get any financial gain out of this game. To me, this game looked like, hey, we don't have any games out this year yet, so just fucking throw the shit out,
I
please.
mean, it's a cool game.
Yeah.
Like, I played a little bit of it. It's fun.
It's fun, but it's like a PS3. I'd say it's like a PS3, Xbox 360 era like AA game. Like that's what it feels like. It feels like one of those mid-tier like here's something fun to keep you preoccupied. You know.
Yeah.
It's not like it's definitely not something to write home about, or at least in my opinion. I know a lot of people were giving it high praise and stuff, but I put like 2 or 3 hours in it, and I was like, okay, I'm good. It's like Jet Set Radio Future, which was great, but like,
It does have a lot of that kind of vibe.
yeah, it's just like modern day. Like I know people love Jet Set Radio Future. I did too, but if that game came out today, it would not be that fun. Like it would be like cool for like a good hour.
No, you're 100% correct.
That's just
But
tough.
I'm sure if it did come out today, they would find a way to modernize
To
it.
modernize, yeah.
Make it fun, you know. Like if they were gonna reboot Jet Set Radio Future, they could make it cool.
They
You know what I
could.
mean?
They just have to make it VR or something. Like it wouldn't be fun as a normal game. Like Crazy Taxi would not be very fun today. Like it's one of those games where it's like, all right, like I get it. After an hour, you're like, okay, I'm done. It's like a mobile game almost. That's the thing. It's like,
yeah.
you know, a lot of those games back then were mobile games for console. They just didn't know it yet. You know what I'm saying? It's like they didn't know what the future of mobile games were going to be. Like you could put Crazy Taxi on a phone right now and it'd fucking do
Slay.
yeah, it'd do bonkers. You know what I'm saying? But I think like you put it on a console and nobody's going to fucking touch that shit.
Crazy Taxi would be a fun VR game too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm surprised that hasn't been knocked off bus fucking driver or some shit. And, yeah, I don't know.
Bus fucking driver.
It's just like punk rock music, and you're a bus driver. You just
Wanna be a bus fucking driver?
yes, just hitting Pizza Hut or like you can't use those IPs, so it's just like pizza fuck. Like it just everything throws.
Fuck.
They just throw the word
Pizza
fuck into it, just so you don't get sued.
Well, boys, I think we got ourselves a game.
Yeah, we do.
Kentucky fuck chicken.
Kentucky chicken. Kentucky fried chicken.
All
All right, whose turn is it to read an article?
I don't know.
I just
Is it
did
me?
one,
Yeah.
Okay.
so-
All right. I got you. Another interesting thing. This one I put in the clickbaity title for our episode. But AAA video games are taking longer and longer to make these days, and Microsoft is apparently working on a video game sequel that may take upwards of 10 years to develop. The information comes from an amended complaint and a lawsuit against Microsoft's proposed deal to acquire Activision Blizzard. First spotted by Axios' Stephen Totilo, the document references an unannounced Microsoft game and an established franchise. It says, Halo Infinite, a recent title for Microsoft's first-party Halo franchise, was in production, redacted, and cost almost redacted million to develop and bring to market. Other AAA games take even longer to develop. For instance, according to one Microsoft executive, Redacted, a forthcoming title from the Redacted franchise, may take a decade to develop. The lawyers involved in this case have access to private internal Microsoft information. The sensitive details are then redacted when the documents are released to the public. It seems very possible that this unknown title could simply be Elder Scrolls 6. The long-awaited Skyrim follow-up was still
How long ago did they say? How long away did they say it is?
10 up to a decade away from now. Whatever the sequel
Shit.
in the franchise is.
Calm down, Rockstar.
Yeah, so says
Just hope that that's not Elder Scrolls.
I think that's the case. I don't know. It says it seems very possible that this unknown title could simply be Elder Scrolls 6, the long-awaited Skyrim follow-up that was still in the design phase as of 2021, as Todd Howard and Bethesda Game Studios focus on the upcoming Starfield.
Jesus
Starfield
Christ.
is nearing a decade in development, as Howard has said. The game began production on the game, or the team began production back in 2015. So Microsoft's executive projecting a decade-long development cycle for the next Elder Scrolls is certainly plausible.
It would make the most sense.
Or, hear me out, it's New Vegas 2.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
What if it's New Vegas 2?
Oh shit.
I don't see why that would take a
Because they
decade.
haven't even started on it yet.
Yeah, it could be just Obsidian's like game.
But don't they always just piggyback off the last Fallout engine, though?
that was they've only made one, and it was that way. But that doesn't
Hmm.
necessarily mean they have to do it that way.
No.
You know, like I could see this being a New Vegas too. Like it says it's a sequel and a franchise,
A well-established franchise.
well-established
Yeah.
franchise. I
Dude,
mean,
that'd be fucking dope. Give me New Vegas too. Like,
even if it takes 10 years, you know, we've got Outer Worlds 2 coming. That'll give us
Jesus
enough
Christ.
time to focus on that shit.
guys.
I'm just ready for Starfield, bro. That's all
Starfield.
that I care about.
Dude, I'm down for both, like,
when's the
honestly.
new launch date on Starfield? It's in
It's like
this November.
fucking the end of the year, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
After they've been saying it's gonna be in the first half of this year.
We're gonna be
of
fucking
all year.
grandpas before we get any good
No,
games.
no, no. When did they say it was June? I thought it was June.
It was slated for last
Wait,
November,
did they push it
and
all
then
the way
got.
to 2024?
Oh, dude, I can't
No,
remember.
I'll look it up. Y'all go,
I
or
will
actually, one of y'all look it
murder
up, and I'll.
people. It better not be.
Were you done with that article, or?
Yeah. Okay, well, then I'll look it up while you go to the next
Yeah, yeah.
article. Okay, you do that.
So EA has revealed that the next generation Skate game is getting console playtesting, and while the publisher didn't say when, it did share a ton of other new information about the highly anticipated game. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm possibly excited about another Skate game if they do it right. You know.
Skate 3 was the shit.
Yeah, Skate 2 and Skate 3 are pretty.
I played a lot of like games that are like obviously spiritual successors to Skate, and they
Yeah.
all suck ass.
Skate just nailed it really good on
Yeah.
how to do like the board tricks and everything, like with the
Felt
thumbsticks.
right, yeah.
It felt good. I don't know. And then it also they nailed the physics on like not making it too realistic, but also getting away from like the Tony Hawk type skating.
Yeah.
It found a really good middle ground on that, I think. And it felt like a really good skating game to me. So revealed in a new episode of the Boardroom video series, the team at Full Circle announced that console playtesting would eventually join those on PC, and that they'll share. Wait, there's already PC playtesting. I didn't know this. And they'll share more information closer to the time. The developers did share some information on the progression system, though, saying that it's currently in early development and making absolutely clear that Skate won't have loot boxes. So that's good. EA's always gonna, make that very apparent up front. So difficulty will affect rewards gained, though, with the hardest of the 3 levels, which are called Own It, Crush It, and Shut It Down, granting the most rewards. There are also modifiers to the difficulty levels to make things even more or less challenging. The basic philosophy is, quote, do cool stuff, get cool stuff.
Wow.
Full Circle said, crazy. Fucking. They're always progressing towards new rewards. Though they didn't say much about them, rewards will seemingly be customization items, giving you more ways to show off what makes you uniquely you. So cosmetics and shit, which is cool. I'm about it. As for what these activities are, Full Circle breaks them down into 4 main categories, though that's not to say more won't be added later. Challenges are short solo experiences that rotate in and out periodically, meaning they regularly change and always offer players something new. Pop-ups are dynamic events around the city. Community events are events where players must play together, and throwdowns are customizable and user-initiated events that allow players to, quote, gather together, build friendships, or maybe rivalries, practice, or show off.
Cool.
So, yeah, Skate, which was originally announced as Skate 4, got its name change in July last year. This is also when EA announced it will be free to play and asked playtesters to come on board around the same time. So, no word as to when it's coming out.
Yeah, I was about to say this game just needs to hurry up and come the fuck out. When they announced this forever ago, I feel like they were like, "Yeah, Skate's happening."
Maybe it was just like a clean. Maybe they wiped it whenever they changed the name and shit.
Yeah, possibly.
All right.
Oh, by the way, speaking of play testing, I went and signed up for the Quidditch play test for Series X or for PC,
Did
whichever.
You get picked?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, I've been checking my email too, and I ain't got picked
I
yet.
need to sign up.
They had that whole like survey of all your gaming hours.
Yeah, I lied. I was like,
I'll
I play all this shit, bro.
I'll put 1 million for each one. No.
Yeah, I play at least 1,000 hours of sports games, which is an absolute lie.
I probably have.
If you count UFC 4 as a sports game, then I play a fuckload of sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in NHL back in the day when I was a console player, like lots of hours in the NHL.
FPS though, I was not lying. I put a lot of time.
Yeah, I
in.
put like 2,000 hours for
Yeah,
FPS.
definitely, definitely somewhere in there.
Fucking-
Adventure games or whatever. It was like it said something else like RPGs or something. I was like, yeah, at least 1,000 in my lifetime, I would assume.
At least, easily.
Yeah, but anyways, is it me or is it Brent? Brent, I think it's you.
I think it's me, mate.
All right.
All right. So last week
Cheerio.
we talked about how Capcom accidentally took the ray tracing out of Resident Evil 2 and 3.
Yep, it was an accident.
Why
or
did
what?
they do that?
Gold
now-
blimey.
Well, now we find out it was just an accident.
Oh,
okay?
Good guess.
Capcom released a patch and it put it back in there. Okay? And then Capcom came out and they said, hey, it was an accident. Okay? So there you go.
Oi.
All's well that ends well, I guess.
Jolly
Yeah.
good.
Jolly good.
Right, a big story coming to be nothing.
Yeah.
So Nintendo has scored another legal victory against video game pirates. Good job, Nintendo.
Fuck
You-
them up, Nintendo.
Oh.
Yeah, just keep ruining shit. Reported by GamesIndustry.biz, the Paris Court of Appeals has ordered ROM site holder disk storage to pay around $84,000 US to Nintendo, along with an additional $25,000 to cover legal fees.
We talked about this last week.
No, this is another one. This is a different company that they've sued.
Oh,
and
another
won.
one?
Yeah,
For
they're
the same amount?
yes, they're just attacking everybody.
It was 85,000 euros, right?
No, 484,000
84.
US dollars. So it's 442,000.
Oh, so it was less than the other one then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're just this
the
is
fuck?
another
Damn.
one. Last week we were talking about one Flichier or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a different
Jesus.
website. So they're attacking everybody right now, and the reason why, I'm pretty sure, is because of their online, like, you can play the N64 on your Switch and it's 3 games, like, and I imagine they're doing this now because they want to get everybody to take all their shit off so people will buy
actually put money towards it.
Yeah,
but
well,
they ain't got
download
no.
your ROMs now while you can.
yeah, because they're about to fucking disappear, at least for a while. Nintendo has a long history of a nonsense approach to no nonsense approach. I'm gonna call it nonsense.
Nonsense.
A no nonsense
We're
approach
getting
to
wacky.
piracy. In 2022, Nintendo hacker Gary Bowser was handed a 40-month jail sentence for creating and selling devices that hold pirated games. The company also won a lawsuit against ROM Universe and ordered the site to both destroy its pirated games and pay $2 million in damages. Though, check it out. So the whole Gary Bowser thing.
Can I just say the irony there of his last name?
Oh yeah,
Like-
that's been
It's
duly
hilarious,
noted. Yeah. But but the thing about this Gary Bowser guy, he just got out of prison.
Then he stole a princess.
He did. Yeah, he's actually going back to prison for kidnapping. Now, Gary Bowser, a man sentenced in 2021 to 40 months in prison and a $14.5 million fine for his role in Nintendo hacking group Team Executor, has just been released from jail, but it's possible the massive amount of money he now owes in restitution may impact the entire rest of his life and livelihood.
He'll have to pay a certain amount of his paycheck for the rest of his
For
life.
the rest of his life, yeah. Bowser was
That's fucked up.
indicted back in 2020 alongside Max Lowern and Yuaning Chin.
I guess it's better than prison.
Maybe not. For their at least he could get food and shit in prison. If you're out making a paycheck and they take most of it every time you get paid,
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
you might as well just be a homeless.
Damn ex-wife takes the rest.
Or in this case, it's like Nintendo's Mario.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Woohoo!
I bet
Where's
you
my
he's-
money? Motherfucker! Let's go.
Let's go. For their activities as part of Team Executor, a hacking ring that sold chips, allowing users to play pirated games. Despite seemingly having a smaller role in the operation as its marketing and PR manager, Bowser was the only one
Bowser's
of
name was Bowser.
Yeah.
So he was targeted.
They're suing him for his name too.
Bowser was the only one of the 3 ultimately tried and convicted in the U.S. Chen, a Chinese national, was never arrested, and Lauren was never able to be extradited to the U.S. Bowser was initially charged with 11 felonies, including wire fraud, conspiracy to circumvent technological measures, trafficking and circumvention devices, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Bowser pled guilty to 2 of the charges and was sentenced to at first a $4.5 million fine and later a $10 million additional fine, as well as up to 40 months in prison, which he served, I think. In a recent interview with podcaster Nick Moses, Bowser calls in not from Federal Detention Center, SeaTac, in Seattle, where he was incarcerated, but from the Northwest Detention Center in Tacoma, Washington. He says he's awaiting processing before it being sent home to Canada, having gotten out of prison early on good behavior.
What are you in for? Stealing video games. Fucking-
Bowser claims that of the $14.5 million he owes, he has only been able to pay off $175 thus far, taken out in $25 monthly installments from his income from a job he had in the prison library. Should Bowser find a job at home in Canada, he says his pay will continue to be docked until the full amount is paid off, though his agreement with Nintendo only allows between 25% to 30% of his pay to be docked at a time. That's still a lot.
Still a good chunk.
Yeah, that's like a huge amount, actually. Previously, Bowser stated that while Team Executor earned at least tens of millions of dollars of proceeds, he himself only received a small fraction of that. So basically, this dude's life is over because he wanted to fuck with Nintendo. You don't fuck with Nintendo.
Yeah, if I ever go to selling like 3D printed stuff, staying the fuck away from
Nope.
Nintendo.
Yeah, don't sell any Pokemon stuff. Don't sell any fucking Mario shit. Like, you're just asking to be screwed by them. Anyways,
You're gonna like download a 3D printed head of Mario, and then you go to print it. It's just gonna print out a lawyer, and he's gonna hand you a fucking
And then
fucking subpoena,
cease and
like-
desist.
Yeah.
you wouldn't download a car. No, I'm just kidding. Any-
Fucking try me.
All right, let's see.
Anything else from you boys?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got.
Oh, here.
Wait,
Was it you?
did you
I
go
don't
before?
know.
Ben?
I just went. I have
Okay,
no
so I
idea,
guess
guys.
It's you.
Okay.
No,
Yes.
it me?
Well, no, I always go after Jamel, but I think Jamel jumped before you.
no, I didn't.
No,
He-
okay, that's me.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a hard time.
It's a
around
me.
here. So, the indie developers who are using AI to make living cities, tactics machines, and more. A little article on AI in the gaming industry right now. So, City of Gangsters is a mafia game that simulates a city full of people interacting during a fictional 1920s prohibition. The characters in the City of Gangsters are supposed to react to the player in ways that appear to be organic and period accurate, a feeling that strictly scripted interactions would never be able to encapsulate. Well, I thought, okay, never mind. This is talking about a specific game. I was really hoping this will just be about AI in general with gaming, but
Basically,
It's
there's a
kinda
game
not.
that's using it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Damn it,
doubt that
never
in
mind.
in the next 10 years there'll be some sort of AI writing
All games, all music too.
conversations and stuff. Yeah.
Dude, with all the fucking like shit I've been showing Brett, like of like Drake covering fucking "Hey There Delilah" and like, dude,
the
it's
fucking
insane.
original song was crazy though. The
Oh
one-
yeah, with The Weeknd and
Yeah.
Drake, like they're getting like fucking cease and desist shit actually.
Yeah, Drake was pissed about it.
No, Drake
was
was
a
like
joke. One
joking.
artist- one
he was
artist
like
was-
joking. He was like that. He's like that's the last straw. Like
Oh,
he was just-
okay. It was
yeah, it was like a
that's
joke, but his fucking production, not his production, but his
Management?
no, music
Or like-
company, like whoever he's under,
Yeah.
his fucking whoever makes all the money off of him is not okay with this. And they've been like Eminem, like who is Eminem signed to? Whoever the fuck Eminem was signed under.
I don't know
Eminem's
his
got his
labels.
own label. He's like
No, but
Shady
whoever
Records.
owns his old like music, like his old, basically whoever owns his voice technically sued the shit out, or is like suing some guy who made a cat song, like using Eminem's voice, and like it was shown on like this
a cat song.
tonight or like last week tonight or something like that. I forget what the show's called, but yeah, it was like a song like it's using Eminem's voice, but like they AI made it, and it's like yo, cats are doing this and whatever, blah blah blah, and like it was just a song about cats. And it was shown on some Tonight Show, and basically now they're suing them.
Well, did y'all hear about the
God
other?
damn.
There was an article last week talking about somebody submitted a picture to a very prestigious photograph competition,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
and
They won.
and they won. And then he came out and he's like, "Yeah, this is fucking AI generated." Like he refused to take the money and the award, and was like, just wanted to make a point that like this is the fucking dangers of AI and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
The
or
dangers.
not dangers, but like it's it's at this point like
Yeah, I mean-
indistinguishable.
It is what it is, man. Where like at this point you can't stop it.
Yeah.
The
Well,
monkey's out of the bottle,
on
or
the
whatever
good
the fuck
side-
that movie is. What was it?
On the good side, though, like this article was just pertaining to like all the applications that we're seeing. Like one really early application that we saw of AI in video games was, or not AI, I guess it was just random generated, was like No Man's Sky. But in this case, they're using AI to do like NPC characteristics, generate cities, maps, all kinds of shit. Like it's
Yeah, and it
through the help
learns.
of AI. Yeah, through the help of AI, they're basically developing entire games now using several different AI processes, and it's helping indie developers make a lot bigger projects, with a lot less resources. So I mean, we could see some really cool shit. What were we were talking about one program or one AI that was coming up real fast a couple weeks ago that was gonna like give developers or small developers like big tools and stuff. What,
Ubisoft is
Yeah.
gonna use AI for their world building and stuff
Yeah.
pretty soon.
Yeah,
So-
get ready to lose your jobs. Anyways, what else you guys got?
that's it.
Yeah, I'm out of news.
That's all you boys got, suckers.
Damn, bro. Brent's
Alright.
always got the news.
Just let us go
Got
home now.
one more for you here.
Alright.
It actually sucks. Yeah, it's a terrible one. I'm sorry. Developer Enhance revealed that its new game Humanity will launch day and date for PS4 and PS5 via PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium on May 16th. So we got a day one launcher, and It's compatible with both the PSVR 1 and the PSVR 2, which is kind of interesting.
Which
Like,
tells you this is going to be a great game. No, I'm just kidding. What
it
is-
probably is not going to be that great. It looks like a basic puzzle game, you know?
Hey, man, maybe I'm just a basic puzzler, you know?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, we're done with the news for this week. That's why we talked a lot about cow anuses and stuff at the beginning. I think it's
Yeah.
because we had to fill some time here. No, but we're gonna jump over to this week's hot releases. We got Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeem DLC coming on April 25th. So if you're hype about that,
That's pretty hot.
yeah,
I know a lot of people like the Xenoblade Chronicles.
yeah, that's coming to Switch. Nothing else because it's only on Switch. Was there anything, Devin? That
No.
made- Okay. Then we got Star Wars Jedi Survivor coming April 28th. We're
Let's go.
4 days away? Yeah, 4 days away.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's, coming to Series S and X, PS5, and PC. It's a new gen or next gen console only game, which is exciting.
It's actually
Uh.
8 days away from me because I don't get paid until the 4th. So.
Gotcha. Gotcha. But so now we're gonna round out the show with did anybody bring anything besides me?
I
Just
thought,
making
I thought
sure.
you said you were going to come with
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
I'm bringing
Okay.
my new thing, which
I
is
like your thing, yeah.
What was it, like synopsis?
If you
or,
weren't gonna
Yeah.
do it, I was just gonna do the same thing you were gonna do. So
Yeah.
I like
it's
this.
just video game synopsis or the synopsis.
All right, I'll see you guys
on.
next week.
Yeah. Here we go. We're gonna start this one off with, as a malady known as the Blight ravages the land of Valisthea and its realms.
Come on.
You already know this
man.
one?
Is this Plague Tale or Plague Tale?
Its realms plunge into war. Redacted, the firstborn son of the Archduke of Redacted, sets out on a dark, dangerous journey to revenge following a tragedy. Dangerous journey to revenge following a tragedy.
Okay, so it's not Plague Tale.
Absolutely not.
Is it Kingdoms
Kingdom
of
Come?
Alamar?
No.
Kingdom Come Deliverance?
No.
Okay, wait for it. Hang on. Read it again. Sorry.
Yeah.
As a malady known as the Blight ravages the land of Valisthea, and its realms plunge into war. Redacted, the firstborn son of the Archduke of Rosaria, I'll just go ahead and say that part, sets out on a dark, dangerous journey to revenge following a tragedy.
Final Fantasy 15.
Nope.
Okay,
It sounds like a Final Fantasy
Right.
game.
Hold
Is
up.
it Final Fantasy at all?
Hang on. Don't tell us yet. Don't tell us yet.
Final Fantasy 4, 5, 6, 7.
You guys already lost at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to tell you guys lost because you said Final Fantasy 15. It's Final Fantasy 16, the new one coming out.
Damn it.
Aw, man.
Yeah, I would normally let you guys keep going, but you've already fucked. You've already said too many Final Fantasies.
Sorry, Brent. I'm sorry.
Brent was close. He said 15, but
Nah, that's my bad.
okay. And the next one,
There's always a royal family involved in Final Fantasy, you know?
this one. Police officer Chase McCain returns to Redacted City to go undercover in order to bring the hiding criminals to justice.
Gosh, that's a short description.
Die Hard? I don't fucking.
Is that new game, the Rockane City fucking crime boss game or whatever?
No.
Okay, hold up. All right, wait for it.
Yeah, two more guesses here.
Whoa, I don't like the limit on the guesses.
I feel like if you're sitting here just guessing all night, like it's like at that point you're eventually gonna come
Yeah.
across
all right,
it.
read it to me one more time. It's so short.
Okay, police officer Chase McCain, and I'm not even redacting that much. I'm giving you the name of the main character.
Yeah.
The police officer Chase McCain returns to Redacted City to go undercover in order to bring the hiding criminals to justice.
Sleeping Dogs.
If you have to hide the city but not the name of the main character, then that must mean that the game is themed around the
Educational
city.
guesses.
Okay, all right.
Okay, Chase McCain.
It's like trying to.
Brent's got that. It's like that
I
meme
don't-
with all the fucking like calculations.
Yeah,
and
go
shit.
ahead.
Okay, all right. Is it True Crime: The Streets of L.A.?
No, sir, it absolutely is not.
All right. I get at least one more guess.
Yeah, you get one more guess.
At least.
I'm completely out on this one. I don't.
Wait, no, you can I have his guesses? Hold
You
up.
sure? Take his guess.
Wait, no, hold up.
As long as you come up, no, you can't have my guesses because you're taking forever with your guesses.
I gotta be careful because if I guess wrong, it's over. You know.
No, you get 2 more guesses. Come on.
All right. Okay, it's a cops. There's a cop. You're a cop. Chase McCain.
You're a police officer,
You're a police
Chase McCain.
officer.
I don't know.
Chase McCain.
The name sounds familiar, but I cannot put it to a game at all.
Wait, read it. Read the description one more time.
Police officer Chase McCain returns to Redacted City to go undercover in order to bring the hiding criminals to justice.
Can you unredact the city, or will that just completely?
That will
give-
completely give it away.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, the city is in the name, so I don't. If we'd have known it, we'd have said it. Like,
All right. Last guess is gonna be really off the wall. Driver, San Francisco.
No.
All right.
It's Lego City undercover.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, I guess I can see how it would have given it away.
You're like, could you tell me the city?
even then, I didn't know that was even a game, so I still wouldn't have got that.
No, yeah,
Lego
that's,
City Undercover.
that's the last place my brain was going, man. I'm not.
That's
even
why I
gonna-
was like, you're getting 2 more guesses because you were going further and further away. You're just like fucking true crime streets of LA, like fucking, Grand Theft Auto.
LA Noir. Like,
Which Grand Theft Auto is pretty close. It's the Lego version of like those games, basically.
Yeah.
It was,
God damn it.
and you were pretty close because I'm pretty sure Chase McCain is like a knockoff parody name of like
Fucking.
John McCain.
John McCain. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you said
Or John McClane, not John McCain.
It's McClane.
It's
yeah.
Chase McCain, John McClane's parody knockoff. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, darn.
That's how.
I
And
don't think there was a Die Hard game.
all I did was redact the city, but it literally it's like it's a Lego City undercover. And in my synopsis, it says police officer Chase McCain returns to Redacted City to go undercover in order to bring the hiding. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but anyways,
Wow.
we're doing it though.
Wow.
I won this week, boys. But next week, somebody else want to try, or you want me to just keep
I
bringing
had
them?
them ready to go. I was
I
ready for
fucking-
it. I just
Okay.
next time I'll get them. I got.
Yeah, we'll do Brent's next week. Maybe we'll be good at Brent's.
Maybe they won't be so impossible.
I'm not even making these synopsises up. I'm just literally taking them from the synopsis and just redacting certain
I
words.
just didn't have a good
like
enough
that.
variety of video games played. Is my problem.
Yeah, you need to step out of
Need
your
to broaden
your,
my horizons.
I'm just kidding. No, I think we'll do good next week. But anyways,
yeah.
remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to join us and the rest of the GameSpeak podcast community at dsc.gg/GameSpeak Podcast. Check out our other video content on YouTube. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle AlJafferJamel, Brent at BrentHas1. That's the number 1. And Devin at Devondreas. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners.